Did you know that I was very close to my sister, Princess Mary, when we were young? She was 5 years younger than me and extremely beautiful. I loved my little sister and named my first daughter Mary after her. Although I loved my sister, it was her duty and my responsibility to marry her for our country. When she was 11, I betrothed her to Charles, the future Holy Roman Emperor. Charles was only 8 years old then. However, I changed my mind and canceled the betrothal when the Holy Roman Emperor turned against me when I tried to divorce Catherine of Aragon. You see, Catherine was Charles's aunt. Hey, if you don't support me divorcing your aunt, then you don't get to marry my beautiful sister. In my time, princesses were political assets, critical in building foreign alliance. In 1514, when 52-year-old French King Louis XII's wife died, Cardinal Wolsey negotiated a peace treaty with France, and Mary was promised to marry the old Louis. Mary cried and begged me, but it was her duty. She, Princess Mary, became Queen of France. Just like a famous quote, "Don't ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Before departing, she asked me to let her pick her next husband when her current husband died. I agreed, as I had no plan to marry her again, at least at that time. Plus, I did feel sorry for her. My little sister had little confidence in me keeping my word, so she got that in writing. However, she was Queen of France for less than 3 months, when her husband, reputedly worn out by his exertions in the bedchamber, my plan for peace with France fell apart also. Counting on her to cement the relationship between England and France? She had to be superglued to make it work in 3 months. As she failed her duty to maintain peace between England and France, I felt I no longer needed to keep my promise to her. However, when I sent the Duke of Suffolk, Charles Brandon, to get her back, I made him promise not to even think of proposing to Mary, as everyone knows Charles was a ladies' man. Mary, although many considered her the reason for her late husband's quick death, may still be a useful asset for me. However, Mary persuaded Brandon to break his promise. They married secretly in a hotel in 1515. When I heard of this news, I was outraged. Even the Privy Council thought I should execute or at least imprison Charles Brandon. But my affection for both of them got the better of me. I let them go after they agreed to pay a heavy fine. £24,000 may not sound like a lot now, but it was equivalent to £7,200,000 today. Am I a good businessman or what? I first sold her off to the French king, then made her buy herself back. Mary and Brandon had 4 children. Both of her sons died young, and both were named Henry. I guess she thought I would be nicer to them if they were named after me. Her daughter, Lady Frances Brandon, married Henry Grey, 3rd Marquis of Dorset, and had 3 daughters. Lady Jane Grey was the chosen successor by my son Edward V. However, she was the 9-day queen when my daughter Mary defeated her troops. Eventually, Mary had to chop her head off after her father rebelled against the crown again. Mary died in 1533, less than a month after I married Anne. She lost my favor when she urged me not to marry Anne. You see, Anne was her lady-in-waiting when she was sent off to France, and she thought little of Anne. For that, I did not attend her funeral, nor have a last goodbye with her. Actually, when Mary came back to England, she was no longer close to me. Maybe she feared the brother who almost killed her husband may do so again if he found another good foreign match. Or She was angry for me turning back on my promise and bankrupted her husband. Either way, I had fond memories of the little girl who once adored her brother. Mary, why couldn't you understand that I could have killed Charles and made you a widow again when he broke his promise to me? I spared his life because I loved you. I am Henry VIII. You are all my subjects, and you must do what I tell you to do.